All right, I'm back. Son of a gun. I ran out of storage. You know, you're in great tribulation. Look at that chemtrail. All the way across. All the way across. I'm telling you, man. That's another thing. Why they spray so much shit on us? So let's go back to what I was saying. We're talking about JD Niger, Word of Truth. Slovakia. Now I'm anxious because I know my friend's coming and I ran out of storage and it cut me off. But we're gonna do this quicker, I guess. So I don't have to so the Giants, let's just start here. I'll do it the reverse. Maybe that's what the Lord wanted me to do. He wanted to do it the reverse way. So they came into the land, and they came into the land of the giants in Hebron. David settled in Hebron, so there was a dispensation there where children were born to David in Hebron. I was one of them, Adonijah. And that's where the fallen angels come from. We were bigger then. We were bigger. Not bigger. Body-wise, we were bigger spiritually. We were full. We were awesome. We were big. But the whole problem was being big caused us to be prideful. And anyhow, we're talking about the grasshoppers. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. So anyhow, when they went into the land, let's see what they said about the people that lived in the land of Hebron when they came into the land flowing with milk and honey. And they came into the brook of Eshcol and cut down from the branch with one cluster of grapes, and they bare it between two upon a staff, and they brought of the pomegranates and of the figs. The place was called the brook of Eshcol because of the cluster of grapes from which the children of Israel cut down from thence. Eshcol means cluster. It was a real clusterfuck because it was the mix between one dispensation and the other. They were coming into the new land. They were coming into a land flowing with milk and honey. They were coming into a place where they were going to have to start going poo-poo and eating food. And it was about, okay, you people are going to have to eat food. You're going to have to go poo-poo. You're going to be a human now. You're out of your spiritualness. And when they came in, they saw these spiritual beings and they're like, shit, man, we're not like them. Let me read it. This is what people, they're so carnal. They have to think of giants as big people with big sword, and it's analogy, people. This is analogy. It's literature. It's for you to think bigger, 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 bigger. And the place was called Eshcol because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. There's that 40 days again. And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. What's the fruit? The fruit, they brought such a big cluster of grapes. They're like, this is good. The grapes are probably as big as a grapefruit in sustenance. Not so much big this way. When you bite that thing, you were like, oh man, dripping with goodness, fruit of the Spirit. It was the Spirit was put into the physical world. And that's what we are. We're spirits living in a physical world. And that's what we got to understand when we think about this giants thing and this nonsense about big Nephilim, these fallen angels. The reason I call myself that is because I see myself as big. I'm not small. He's given me this cluster, and I'm giving it to you. It's like, look, let's go into the land. Let's go. Let's get out of here. It's an analogy. Let's read on. And they told him and said, we came into the land whither thou sent us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're coming into a new dispensation. He's going to give us this land, but we have to treat it right. We have to know that he gave it to us. He sent us here. And what did we do? Fucked it off, sent balloons and sprayed chemtrails and modified the food and modified the animals and modified the humans. We're sick. We're sick. And we're coming down to the end of this sickness, hopefully. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains of the Canaanites, dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan. He's saying the Amalekites. Who are the Amalekites? They're the ones that became the leaders of this world. They're you know who the Amalekites are. I'm not gonna say it because it might cause the algorithm to go crazy. The Hittites, the Jebusites, are the Catholics, right? Jebusites. The Amorites, the Canaanites. I'm not gonna try and point out these spiritual beings that are using their spiritual powers against us. They're using their spiritual powers against us. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. So Caleb, I forget who was with him, the other dude, Caleb, and there was two of them that were into it. Caleb and I forget who the other cat was. Anyhow, but the men that went up with him said, we are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, this land, though which we have gone to search, is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. The inhabitants, keep that word in your mind, inhabitants. They inhabit something. They're there. It's their land, it's their place, it's their realm. And all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. Does it say that they're huge? Stature, yeah, I guess. Stature, they were big. They have stature. It doesn't mean tall. It does, but it doesn't. It also means a man of stature is someone who is above you. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. We feel like grasshoppers to them. How's it say it? And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers. Let's see what it says about grasshoppers. It's probably not the best interpretation, but it says mere insects. We were like little bugs. So does that mean that they were that much bigger than us? We're this big and they're as big as I am? No. They weren't that big. They weren't 50 times bigger than us. It's an analogy, people. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak. Let's see what it says about the sons of Anak. The Nephilim. So let's go to the inhabitants thereof. They eat up the earth, and they were of great stature. Now let's go to Isaiah. I know this isn't easy for some of you to hear because you love the giants. You love to think that there's these super big giants, Goliath and blah, blah. 40:22. And then I'll close out. I just wanted to do this because I know people are going, he's kind of weird about the giants thing. Yeah, I am. I'm weird about the Nephilim thing too. Same thing. And the fallen angel thing. Because people are misguided, they misunderstand. All that. So, in 40:22, I did the whole thing last time because we were talking about God apprehending us and us apprehending him. He made us so that we could say, there's got to be a creator. Look at it. We're a joke. He made us like a joke. It's funny if you look at humans' feet. Look at someone's feet. He made us goofy. He's like, you know what? You know how goofy I am? Check yourself out. We're all, feet are some of the funniest things ever. But anyway, let me read this. To whom then will we liken God, or what likeness will ye compare unto him? Basically what they were saying when they were talking about the grasshoppers, we're like grasshoppers in their eyes because they were like gods. And that's what we see today is some of these people know that they have the power to create, and they've created this nonsense world by lying and cheating, and that's where they went wrong, and that's where they're going to suffer. You can be a powerful person. I'm a giant, but I'm a giant for truth. I'm not a giant for these lies. And that's the difference. Right now, the lies are ruling. The devil has control. The Satan has control, and he's lying to you people, and that's why I say my channel is Word of Truth. I'm trying to get you to understand the truth. And it's up to you to either believe what these people are saying or believe what I'm saying. I have no doubt. So anyway, verse 21, have you not known? Have you not heard? Has it not been told you from the beginning? Dispensation again, or regeneration. Hasn't it been told to you from the beginning? How could it be told to you from the beginning if you weren't there? You were there. A lot of us were there. First fruits. He's speaking to Israel. This is Isaiah. We're in Isaiah 40:22. He's speaking to Israel. Weren't you there at the beginning? Don't you know what's going on here? Haven't you heard? Haven't you known? That you're made in his image and you are as him, apprehending yourself through the other. Don't you get it? You are spirit. You are of high regard. You are of high stature. You are. Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth? Haven't you? How could you understand from the foundations of the earth unless you were there? Israel, you were there. It is he that sits upon the circle of the earth. It's a flat plane. It's probably toroidal. Either has a little bump or a little dip. But it's a circle. It doesn't say a ball. It doesn't say he sits above the ball. It says he sits above the circle. The ice wall keeps us from going out that way. Every way you go is south. You will hit Antarctica if you go opposite of north. You will hit the ice wall. That's why they don't let you go to Antarctica. They know what's going on. You can't go to Antarctica. If you don't know that, then you need to do some more studying on flat Earth. The reason they don't let you go there is because then you would know that you're in an enclosed system. It is he that sit upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers. Inhabitants, they're in this realm. They're as grasshoppers. Why? Because they see themselves as grasshoppers. We see ourselves as small. We don't know our own stature. That stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. Does a tent have a roof? A curtain? You can't see out into anything because the curtain is the sky is ice. You go up so far, you hit the firmament, that's ice. He separated the waters from the waters. He made ice and he made water. He separated those waters from these waters. Those waters are frozen solid. There is no space, people. The only space is the space between the flat earth and the firmament. And we're like grasshoppers, just like it said back in Numbers, we're like grasshoppers. We don't understand our own power. He looks at us as grasshoppers. We're small to him. He's a god. And why did the Nephilim look at us as grasshoppers? Little beings. That big. Could you imagine if we were only that big compared to these giants? It wouldn't be 10 feet. It would be 110 feet, at least. So you gotta use that brain God gave you. Why are we like grasshoppers? Because spiritual beings see how lame we are. We go flopping around from branch to branch. So that's that. I'm done for the day. I'm gonna go. My friend's here, and it's crowded. So I'm gonna grab my wallet. Think about it. Study it if you want. If not, believe there's giants. Do whatever you need to do. I'm out. JD Nija, I love you. Blessings and grace to all of you.